I'm just pulling your leg, Patrick. Um, uh, let's get started and get going. Right. What we're going to do is let's I'll kick off the session. But before we do that, Patrick, where are you calling from, sir?
I'm calling from Birmingham, Alabama, in the U.S.
From Birmingham, Alabama. Okay. What is Birmingham, Alabama known for? What's their favorite food in Birmingham, Alabama?
Favorite food? Probably Southern food.
So, of course, I'm thinking Southern food, and I'm missing Southern food right now. But for those of us, I've been to Birmingham in the UK. I haven't been to Birmingham, Alabama. So I want to know, like, if we were all in Birmingham, Alabama right now, listening to your pitch in person, what would we be eating right
now? That's a good question. I couldn't tell you.
Huh? Okay.
I don't know, but I know y'all drink some sweet tea.
Sweet tea. Okay. All right. Yes, of course. Excellent. So, Patrick, let's get started. Let's kick off the session, and I'll introduce myself as an investor, and let's hear about ConekPro. All right.
All right. My name is Patrick McKinney. I'm with ConekPro.
Yes.
And as a small business owner, you know the importance of communicating with your vendors, keeping up your projects, tasks, employees, and invoicing. Managing all those things can be challenging, especially if you don't have the right tools in place or the resources. So who are the aspects to run and manage their business all in?
Okay. That's okay. Don't
so
worry.
Who want to manage every aspect of their business and reduce the number of systems needed and the paperwork accumulated? That's where ConekPro comes in. You can manage all those things in one place with the social people. So ConekPro improves your productivity, efficiency. You can prioritize your tasks according to your vendor needs, your vendor work orders by importance and deadlines. So you can focus on the most important tasks and get more done while collaborating with your team and vendors in real time.
Got it.
Now, my case study is my janitorial company. And we're on all the janitorial companies across the Southeast. And we look forward to expanding our region as we expand our case studies and our user base grows. So ConekPro, and let's revitalize B2B, B2C communication.
Got it. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you very much. Let's try to unpack that, Patrick, and any feedback in the chat, feel free to bring that in. Let's see how we can level up Patrick. Now, I want to understand a little bit. Let's unpack it specifically because we think about connecting, collaboration, and all the other efficiencies around this, Patrick.
Yes.
You talked about the things that you have to work with. You talked about communicating with vendors, right? We talked a bit about invoicing. Tell me about the things that you do, the headaches that you solve. You talked about, like, can you just come back to that a bit? Because there was a couple.
So being in the janitorial industry, I go from one app to another app, you know, to get everything done. So I can communicate with my vendors and my employees at the same time on the same work order now.
Okay. Got it.
I've been using it since July with all my clients, and it's working well. So it's trying to get people to understand that they can use it outside of the janitorial business and use it with their other vendors. So that's why we're trying to focus on janitorial companies to get more companies on.
Yeah.
And we can focus on other industries.
No, I understand that. I mean, from a startup perspective, it should be able to work with a lot of different industries. I mean, that's part of the process as you're starting to scale, right? But I want to come back to, because you have a work order and you know, there's something that needs to be done, and you have you know, your team and your customer all working together, right? I feel like I need to get into a little bit more specificity around how that works, because I mean, you do have other ways to communicate, right? You can have a work order in Google Docs, right? And you can have a vendor and your team, you know, commenting together, and you can collaborate in Google Docs. I want to come back to kind of how, you know, what are the jobs to be done? You know, the pains, the needs, the gains, right? and how does it all kind of come together, and how do you get to a point where you can save a person 30% of their time, 40% of their time by using your platform, right? And remember, there's a lot of platforms out there, right? So how does it communicate with all the different things that people are using right now as well? So that's my question.
Well, that's the thing. So we was making that all in one. So you can schedule employees, you got time, you got calendars, you got your social people. And I mean, all of it is in one. It's all in this one platform. You won't have another platform to invoice. You wouldn't have to go to another platform to talk to a vendor. You can schedule everything.
Got it.
As it is now.
And I'm wondering, like, so, part of this is like the metrics in terms of saving time and energy, right?
Yes.
When you do all these things right now, how much time do you save, right? How much more efficient is your workforce, right? How much more, do you know what I mean? Like, what are the outcomes?
It makes you more efficient. Probably about, I say 60% more efficient than what I was doing before.
Okay, got it. What are the alternatives? Like, are there other alternatives, right?
It's some out there. Like, I think Asana is the biggest one.
Yeah, Asana is a pretty good piece of software, right?
Yes.
And I feel like as you start to pitch this, it's very important for you to, like, when I think about it, Asana does a lot of things for a lot of businesses. And, you did talk about one industry. And I wonder if in 2022, 2023 and beyond, there are going to have to be dedicated workflow management tools that are based from industry to industry. Does that make sense? So I'll give you an example. Asana does really well from a digital perspective, but if you are in the construction industry, you need to use workflow management for builders, right? People that know how to build homes, and there's that whole workflow that happens, right? Do you feel like that's going to be the same with, your industry and some of the other industries? Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, where is it going to be awesome for, right? Because, people work differently, right? In your industry, you might find that you need to be able to do all of this stuff on a phone, and it requires a certain level of templates and stuff like that to kind of move really, really well. Does that make sense?
Yes, a construction company can use it now, but I don't have any case studies for those. I'm the only case that I have. So I was just trying to get some users to gain traction to start.
Got it. No. I agree with you. But what I'm saying is that, Asana does everything for everybody, and it's a billion-dollar company. And my question to you is, are you able to, as you're building this out, right, with all the features that you have, prioritizing the features are important. But my question is which, if you were to name 3 industries right now, okay, you have one of your own, and you have 2 more that you wanted to get case studies with, which ones would it be?
Right now we talking with a AC and heating company.
Okay.
We're talking with commercial property managers.
Okay. AC, heating, janitorial, you said, right?
Yes.
Janitorial, and then you have property management.
Yes.
Okay.
All the other ones, and then ConekPro also has a social piece.
Okay. Tell me about the social piece. You keep on mentioning the social piece. I want to know, tell me about how it works, how it enhances the element, right? Like,
you can create networking groups. You have your own social wall where you can highlight the things that you do, just like a Facebook or Instagram and things like that.
Okay. Now
you can create groups.
Okay. And what advantage, like when I think about if I'm running an AC heating company and I'm using your platform, what would the networking elements do? Would it help me find more people to work in the industry? Would it be something like that? Tell me like where the networking piece comes in and what's the value, right? Is it like,
Yeah, to grow your company's network, just meet new people, meet new clients. And also, one part I left out was the consumer piece. You got the B2C part. You can add all your customers on. Your customers can request work from you. Also,
yeah, yeah, got it. Interesting. Okay. How much are you looking to raise? You were looking to raise some capital?
I think we're gonna try to raise at least 300,000
$300,000. And what are you going to use for the money with the money?
marketing and then build an app.
So you're still kind of at the early stage, the a little bit at the prototyping phase, right?
Yes, well, we launched in the end part of July.
Okay. Tell me about some of the traction. Where do you like, were there specific things that people loved with what you built? Like, we know when you try it out and you talk to the customer, what were some of the things that they were like, wow, love that? You know what I mean?
Well, I only have my clients on it, so I'm not getting the feedback that I really need.
Sure, sure, sure.
They don't understand the way they can use it for their other vendors, like their pest control companies. They can add, the carpet cleaners, they can add the painters. They don't understand they can add all that. And I'm trying to get that point across to them without
Got
just,
it.
just pushing it.
Got it. Got it. All right. Patrick, would you like me to pitch your idea to you?
Yes.
Okay. So you're looking for $300,000 as well, right? To get the next phase of your startup going, workflow management, smart workflow management. And part of what you're doing as well is smart workflow management, enhancing, focusing on high value, creating a consolidated network, okay? And being in a position where you can improve, okay, and less headache. All right. Okay. Patrick, you're going to have to introduce yourself as an investor, and then I am going to be the ConekPro CEO, and I'll pitch you. Okay. But you have to start off by introducing yourself. Go
Hey,
ahead.
I'm Patrick McKinney. I'm with Mac Capital.
Yeah.
I'll learn more about your product,
All right. Awesome. Patrick, my name is Ash Singh, and I'm part of the ConekPro team. I want to give you a little bit of my background first. I've been in kind of the janitorial services space for the last 15, 20 years. And I discovered that, Asana and all the other tools were amazing, but there was nothing for people like what we do, right? And although I work in a space that is unsexy, the AC heating, the property management, and pest control, and all these components make up a $20 billion market in the United States alone. And so what we've decided to do is be in a position where we create a very simple, mobile-focused workflow app for people in our industry. We create the right templates, the right focus, so the people that operate these businesses can very quickly implement all the elements around sales, marketing, invoicing, execution, procurement, and that enables us the ability to be able to allow them to save on average 20 to 30% of the headache work so they can focus just on their craft. We think that this unique opportunity will allow us to really revolutionize the space and make sure we have the right elements to make this grow. We're looking for $300,000 to get the next phase of our product to the market. And we feel that once it's implemented properly, we might find that our customers might have an improvement of maybe as close to 20% on their gross margins, which is going to radically transform this business. I'd love to show you what we've built to date and how we can take this opportunity to elevate this industry And we hope that you might be interested to participate as an investor. Thank you. Okay. That's how. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, that was good in like an easy, relaxed pitch.
Yeah, maybe it's because I'm in Singapore. It's really interesting. Everyone keeps on telling me that I'm a little bit more relaxed in Singapore. Ash, you're pitching a little bit more relaxed, but like, when I think about what you want to be able to do, I think the most important thing to question and understand is, why should you exist, right? And why does it need to exist in your industry? Because it hasn't been served yet. Okay, and then being in a situation where it's very clear what you help people do on a regular basis. And at the end of the day, somebody that does HVAC or AC heating or, property management, all they want to do is work on their stuff. You know what I mean? And you're kind of removing that and being able to provide it in a unique way that's just, driven, and you got the workflows in place, because that's kind of what you do, right? You understand the workflow of somebody who operates a janitorial service, and you're making that 40% more efficient, right? That's what you do, right? And that's kind of, it's not rocket science, but you need to understand it and make sure you can elevate it. The other thing around this, and I didn't bring it up in my pitch, right? Because I wanted to focus on this, but the idea of building these up and then allowing all of the customers to optionally connect with your networking component, right? And allow them to share leads, because the HVAC guy might need pest control, right? Might need this. And so being able to kind of keep it all in the family and have this network, this B2B loyalty program, right? Where the recommendations are kind of coming in, and also allowing people to cross-pollinate talent, because one of the biggest headache is finding people to work, right?
Oh, yeah.
So these are the headaches that we want to solve. I need people. I need sales, right? It's not unusual, but these are the areas that I want you to, focus on and get going. And I think that needs to be built in. And I think as you start to build your product, where you focus on is going to matter. If you get the wrong features and you don't prioritize accurately, you might run out of, like $300,000 can go very quickly, right?
Yeah.
In that process. So I think it's really important to kind of think those components through, Patrick, right? And let's see where this goes. All right.
All right. Thank you.
My pleasure, Patrick. Thank you for coming on board, and look forward to the next phases with the Hyper Accelerator. So thank you very much.